Good morning, Grace Harbor. It's Dan. Happy Tuesday. Can I share an embarrassing story with you? Yesterday, after I got the kids to school, I went to the coffee shop to see my friend and favorite barista, Bobby. Whenever I'm out of town, like I was last week, I love checking in with him because he can usually catch me up on what's been going on in Grace Harbor while I was gone. Well, he had made my coffee, and I had told him about my trip, but just as he was starting to tell me about his week, my phone buzzed. I pulled my phone out of my pocket to see what it was. It was a text message from someone I could write back to later, so I set my phone down on the counter. When I looked up, I noticed that Bobby had stopped sharing and was waiting for me to finish. A minute later, just as Bobby was getting into his story, my phone buzzed again. "Do you need to get that?" Bobby asked. "No, it's okay," I replied. He picked back up again, and again, my phone buzzed. "I'm so sorry. Let me see what's going on," I said. I was so embarrassed because I really wanted to give him my full attention. But it turns out that one of our church members had prepped some frozen meals for us to keep at the church for when someone needed one, and there wasn't anyone at the church office to let them in. They were texting to see if I would be there soon. I looked up at Bobby and said, "I'm sorry. I really do care about your week and want to hear all about it, but I need to run. Can we catch up later?" "Of course," he said with a smile. Now, here's the thing. Bobby and I are good enough friends that he knows I wasn't trying to bail on him. Sometimes urgent things come up, but unfortunately, this was not the first time this had happened, or the second, or even the third. Sometimes I have to leave, sometimes I just need to step out to make a phone call or send a text, but every time, Bobby is so patient with me. Whether we pick up our conversation a couple minutes later or it's a week before I circle back, he never seems annoyed, just happy to see me. Yesterday, we talked about what it's like to be patient, but today I want us to think about the people in our lives who are patient with us. The people, like Bobby, who are willing to wait for us. The teachers or coaches who are happy to show us how to do something again and again until we get it. Or perhaps your adult knows the difference between the mornings when you're stalling or getting distracted while you're getting ready for school versus the mornings when you're just tired and so they don't rush you. Why don't you take a few moments together as a family and share a time when someone was patient with you and tell each other how it made you feel? If you need more time, you can pause the podcast and I'll be right here when you get back. As I think about the many times Bobby has been patient with me, it fills me with gratitude. It's one of the ways I know he cares about me. In fact, now that I think about it, today is Gratitude Tuesday, and I think I'm going to celebrate Bobby this week. When I swing by later this week to finish catching up, I'll be sure to let him know how much his patience means to me. As we continue through the season of Lent, which is preparing us for Easter, I also can't help but think about how much patience God has with me. No matter how many times I mess up, no matter how many times I miss the mark, God still loves me. In fact, the story of Easter itself is the ultimate example of God's loving patience and faithfulness. We'll talk more about that next week. For now, let's close in prayer. If you want to, you can close your eyes and fold your hands. Dear God, we thank you for the people in our lives who show us a little extra patience. It means so much that there are people who are willing to wait for us, listen to us, and help us no matter what's going on. May we also remember that there's no one more patient than you. So thank you. Amen. Okay, Grace Harbor, have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.